Don't cry, little shonen fan. Uncle Jump's got enough bad power scaling to keep you fed your entire life. Jerry! Bring out the R farms ASAP! The boy's hungry! As a young boy, what I watched fell into two categories, shonen and ecchi. Admittedly, I'd veer into shoujo a little bit, and years later, so this is pegging. Shonen to this day has still been churning out banger after banger after banger. My hormones feed off this shit. Kagurabachi got the 2016 Trump treatment. It was a meme until enough time had passed, then everyone went, wait, he told a sword to lock in? Dandadan exploded onto the scene, blowing up so much that it would make Zongli Footlicker preach gospel about a fictional Japanese character's race. Kaiju number 8. Got skins in Fortnite. And what's been going on with ecchi? Dark skin elf porn without porn, the first Mormon anime. Nowadays, it feels like new gens have been way more open to experimentation and crazy shit. Gachiakura is one such series that, while amazing, feels almost tucked away in its own little corner. One that, to me, has been one of the most fun, insane, interesting, and heartfelt manga I've had the pleasure of reading. And hopefully by the end of this, I can convince you to read it too. So, dear viewer, come with me and let me put you on game. They say that when an object is well loved, it is eventually imbued with a soul. So then what about garbage? Trash that's been thrown away? What is that imbued with? Welcome to the Sphere. Here, the rich live in splendor, simply throwing away everything they deem as waste, while the tribe folk live segregated and oppressed from their perfect safe haven. Labels, dirty and criminal, barely distinguishable from the trash the rich toss away without a care in the world, paying for the sins of their ancestors, working their asses off and being forced in the slums. Questions start to fill your head. How did they end up like this? What kind of things could anyone have done to leave behind this much generational punishment? In that place. Pit. Nobody knows where it came from. No one knows what lies past the darkness. It's just always been. The only evident truth is that it's where all filth is expunged, whether it be trash or people. Rudo is a kid who was born and raised as a tribe folk and the receiver of one of the shortest ends of any stick I've ever laid my eyes upon. An orphan, hands completely black from magic super herpes, the only thing his father left him behind, constantly in pain when his gloves aren't on, the son of a condemned criminal. Labels. Rudo, however, does not play with that shit. He's also autistic. His special interest is fixing up anything and everything broken he can get his hands on. Plushies, TV, scalped ultra rare Pokemon cards. Nothing is worthless. The most broken thing can be put back together again. And you can still find value even in something that someone else deemed as trash. Something that was reinforced by his adoptive father, Recto. Rudo's world is nothing if not black and white. Clearly, life's hard, but good. Rudo cares about the family he now has, goes out to work to show his gratitude to Recto, manages to give the girl he likes a gift. He even holds Recto as he slowly dies in his arms after getting a sword ran through his chest. What? Run. Recto? You're still alive? Run! How did this? Run! I'll save you! I'm gonna save you! Rudo! Run! Go change this piece of shit world! Huh? What? Clear. Stay down. What? You're under arrest for being caught in the act of murder. What are you talking about? No, it wasn't me! Why would I? Besides, Recto is still alive! Are you kidding me? You can't talk your way out of this one, murderer. His blood is all over you.
No! It wasn't me! Hey!
Silence, murderer!
You're wasting your breath!
Just listen to me!
Filthy tribe folk! I'm telling you, it wasn't me! Just listen! You have committed a serious crime on our beautiful and holy soil. It wasn't enough for you to defile our streets by raiding our waste facilities. You have stooped to committing the vilest of acts. You have taken a human life! Even if the victim was one of the tribe's folk. We cannot allow one who has committed murder to remain on this land for even a second longer! Therefore, you are sentenced to death! The pit will swallow all filth!
What is this? How did this even happen? It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Please, somebody listen to me.
Chiwa! Chiwa, someone killed Recto! Please, find the killer!
I believed in you. You're the son of a killer, after all.
Drop the filth into the pit, 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 drop the filth.
You're the filthy ones. You're all a bunch of turds with no minds of your own. You've got eyes and ears,
But you don't look or listen! You're just useless lumps! Every last one of you!
you. I'm gonna send you to hell.
All of you! All of humanity! Every last one of you! I'm gonna kill!
He's framed, dropped into the nothingness, and crosses the boundary. Only to wake up and find himself in a much worse place than a never-ending abyss. Asmongold's room. Mountains and mountains of demon slayers surround him. He takes in the sweet, rich Texan gamer air and... oh shit. Before he even gets a chance to process his surroundings, huge monsters made of Genshin Impact surround Ruto. Yeah, fuck this place. After dying once, he already has to be prepared to die again. No! He grabs whatever Honkai Star Rail he can get his hands on and fucking... But now, the beast is coming apart on top of him. By coincidence, someone watching all this go down comes to his rescue. Take one look at this dude. This is the coolest guy ever. He delicately helps Ruto up, and Ruto gets the chance to calmly ask the questions that have been building up in his and our minds.
What is this place? What was that thing? What's with all the solo leveling? Why are you so drippy?
The man calmly responds,
We're on the ground! That was a trash beast! All the trash here is stuff you Spherites dropped on us! I know I look clean, but quiet down! Thanks to you, they've noticed us!
remember when I said he was the coolest guy ever? The mystery man turns his umbrella spiky, uses the League of Legends beast as a springboard, jumps into the air and...
Umbreaker. Octa Shredder.
kills the fuck out of it!
Oh good. You're still alive. Who are you?
I'm Engine. A humble cleaner. Sorry, that's just my pussy. A thought occurs. If Ruto had that sort of power, then maybe, just maybe, he could get back at the shitheads who screwed his life up. He wakes up to being dragged across the fairy tale infested wasteland. Ruto starts yapping, and Engine goes, "Aight." Have fun, little nigga, and drops him in front of some more locals. They look at the poor, disgruntled kid that fell from the sky and reasonably lock his ass up. The way you were tied before, our valuable spherite could have gotten away. Kid, you didn't think we were gonna be nice to you, did ya? You see, the bodies of spherites can be sold for a pretty penny. To think we'd get our hands on a live one! It's seriously our lucky day. We're gonna make a mint. We'll never have to work another day in our lives. What's with that look? Oh, you must be wondering why people want spherites so badly. It's 'cause we loathe you. You guys dribble down garbage, and then the garbage that rains down piles up and makes the air toxic. It even created monsters. People have been killed by those monsters, or crushed by the deluge of trash. Countless people have lost their homes because their lands became too polluted to live on. I wonder what those people might do when they see a spherite like you alive. Torture maybe? Or a live dissection show? After we've sold you, we'll have to go watch. I'm looking forward to it. Oh, but you're all skin and bones. We can't have you starving to death. Go on, you gotta eat! Oh, I get it. I guess the garbage we eat here on the ground isn't to your taste, huh? I'm sure the high and mighty spherites have never even touched garbage. Go on, eat! Eat it and live! You've got a whole lot of suffering waiting for you from now on. His finger, you little... How dare you! It's not garbage. It's still totally edible. Every last one of you. Every damn one of you. Going on about spherites to the ground. Trash and tribesfolk. Who's on top and who's on the bottom? Stop thinking you get to decide. Who gets thrown out? I sit here keeping my mouth shut, and you think that means you can walk all over me? I can't take it anymore! The words Recto once told him ring in his ears. If you take care of them, I'm sure one day they'll have a soul. And I'm sure they'll make you strong. Rudo is a giver. But even more than that, he's a giver that can use more than one object. I don't know what the hell that means. You don't know what the hell that means, but everyone is now fucking hyped. Well, maybe not that guy. 3 chapters. This happened over 3 chapters. Are you fucking kidding me? As a writer, you're tasked with establishing a connection with your viewer in the story. The viewer's investment is reflected in your investment. If you don't give a shit about your story, why would I? Mystery, curiosity, the desire for answers can make your world that much more interesting. You know, as long as these answers aren't fucking stupid. Aliens! Chakra was made by aliens, Sasuke! Don't you see? It was all aliens! They made me gay! Gay aliens, Jesse! Gay aliens, Jesse! Gachiakura is built off a simple premise that slowly expands more and more. But Yoki... Shh! I know, my child. What about the pacing? Well, it's kind of like...
I'm not gonna lie, that in New...
Everything moves lightning fast. Givers are people who can imbue energy from their thoughts and emotions into an object that they've taken care of for a long time called vital instruments. Sick! The Cleaners are an organization of people who, wouldn't you know it, clean up trash. Beasts, also sick, and their main opposing force are the Raiders, super duper sick. Then the cool guy in charge pulls Rudo in size and goes, help me figure out the secrets of this world. And now you've been diagnosed with prostate cancer and can't pee right anymore. It's just that sick. There are so many moving parts, but where Gachi really excels is peeling back its layers little by little. Learning something new always feels very earned. No random exposition, no insane, unwarranted reveals because nobody knows what the fuck is going on. The only way we know anything is when the characters get a new quest to solve some fucked up situation or run into someone who may have a semblance of a lead. We, yes, you and me, get to find things out along with the characters. It's so much fun and prime real estate for all those manga theorists that are always wrong. There are characters absolutely dripping with mystery and intrigue. I just want to rip them apart and see what's hiding underneath. But even a cuck has patience, and a cuck's patience always pays off. The art is exaggerated and bombastic with characters to match. Do you know how hard it was to pick a fucking thumbnail for this video? Subtlety is tossed aside for direct, overt, noisy insanity. yet it's all so pleasant to look at. Think Redline or old school Gainax. Like if someone mixed together street graffiti, Gurren Lagann eye catchers, and Slipknot into a manga. I've heard some criticism here and there that the art is way too comical and over the top. Duh nigga, you're reading a comic, and I'm all about over the top. Can you move your dreads out the way? Please? I feel too many people have this idea that marketability has to come at the expense of stylization and personality. Just look at the way sound effects are weaved into every action. Things will pop right out of the boundaries like they're about to punch you in the face. One moment there's intense hype and the next, sauce. Keiyu Rana is black. I know it doesn't look like it, but I believe this emo Japanese baddie has some negress tendencies. I just can't prove it yet. She loves her babies. Look at them. Without knowing a single thing, you've probably already found one to attach yourself to. Every single character just oozes personality in that 2000s too cool for school punk vibe. Faces, clothes, weapons, everything you need to get a surface level idea of what these characters are about is given painstaking amounts of detail and attention. She did not have to draw all, let alone any of this, and I can't help but appreciate it every time. She makes niggas look nigga-like. I was blown away. Do you understand how hard that is for manga artists? For artists, there are cool guys, bad bitches, and cutie patooties that make you just want to squeal. They're also hella funny. You all worked very hard to pay the price for this. The person who created the chokers. You wanted information on the choker maker. Well, I don't have it. And then there's Engine, who was crafted by God themselves. Look at him, he's so I just want to. She's got a dedicated graffiti artist and a team that loves drawing poop in random places. What do you even need that for? I don't fucking know, but it's mesmerizing. It speaks volumes to just how much fun this team has with their work. You witness it in all of its glory, and then you realize she has to draw all of this and the fights. Oh, boom! Bruno and the gang are on a high-speed game attack to get information from James Corden. The guy is on a fairy tale beast-drawn carriage while the cleaners are whipping that hoe! Rudo looks back. Holy fuck. But it's the cleaners. Rudo, Rio, and Engine jump into action and flick the fuck up for the one time. Cleaners gotta look clean. Engine hits them with that Mary Poppins. Rio, I like your cut. Rudo pulls out an old paintbrush he got from Graffiti Town, locks in, and skewers the whole pack, but uh-oh. The ops pulled up. Now it's a battle for the info. This nigga lets his retwist bask in the light before jumping on top of the car. Him and Rio are throwing spin attacks with big ass sharp weapons. Now the situation's getting dire. The Ruby monsters are catching up quick and Rudo's nowhere to be found. Gris turns over to bitch boy Fu and goes, "Will you help us?" I'm gonna give him hell. It's pee time! He is now on biblically demonic timing. He jumps out the top of the car, breaks Jabber's arm, bounces off the walls, and spikes the fuck out of that freaky fright skin. And don't you even think about skipping ahead, I'm not even done. This chick teleports the Boruto beast into the other end of the tunnel, and just when it's looking damn near impossible, what the fuck? He's back in the game, but he has to act fast. He only gets one more use out of his brush. Squeezing the last bit of power out, he has to visualize something that can help, but won't kill anyone, and out of thin air! The fight's alright. So much happens during these fights. These boys stay scrapping. A lot happens visually, and yet it's so easy to follow. What struck me the most is that once you get a feel for each character's vital instrument, you notice the harmony of the action and how each character uses them. Giver fights really drive home that idea that yes, they do in fact really care about their shit, so their vital instruments are going to be a reflection of themselves as people. They'd best know how to utilize them in battle. Take this dildo for example. It looks like your ordinary dildo, but I've spent years cultivating my understanding, connecting with it, memorizing the height, weight, girth, distance between each vein, and when I activate its power, it allows me to come with all my might. Remember that moment in One Piece when Anaru hit Luffy with lightning, and the moment you saw he was fine, it was like, oh! Duh! It's that same principle, but with about half of the logic. He has a bib, so yeah, he can suck the strength out of anything he hits and use it as his own. Of course her glasses give her advanced eyesight. Then you get to Rudo, who gets to do whatever the fuck he wants, I guess, and yet it still makes sense. That's a nice complex ability you got there. However, there are so many different vital instruments, you'd think everyone got dropped in an Elden Ring. Aisha was so inspired by defibrillators that she stuck a fork into the wall. Now she has a plug that heals people with electricity. Zonka looked at all these insane choices and picked a really cool stick some guy found. This guy has rings that turn into poison claws. Her art brush gives her graffiti enchantments. Her onesie turns into a kaiju. Her little scissors turn into big scissors. This guy has a fucking garden hose. I can go band for band all day. Something even more interesting is that anyone who has the knack for it can be a giver. And that notion is where all that black and white becomes nuanced shades of gray. Gucci Mane has a lot of themes. Nothing is useless. Nobody can be thrown into just one label. Class disparity. That's all well and good and whatever, but my favorite has to be surrounding my son Rudo. I don't know what it is about him, but I love characters whose defining trait is... They intrigue me not just because they're based on a younger, cooler me, but because I love seeing people used to lashing out being met with open arms, being loved by people who accept them for who they are, and getting the chance to change out of their old ways. This idea quickly comes undone when you realize this motherfucker has 2 loving parents, a supportive friend group, and the ability to spam level 3 explosion whenever the fuck he wants. Yet he's over here talking about some
He'll be fine as long as he dodges!
Rudo has shown the desire to be more compassionate, but gets deemed unwanted before he was even awarded the chance. His attitude isn't even really unjustified. I mean, if I was randomly dropped out the battle bus into Baltimore, I'd be perpetually pissed too. One of his first interactions with someone after settling in was an honest attempt at empathizing that was met back the same way. Just look at his face. He was baffled. I mean, the megawatt smile couldn't seal the deal, and he flung doo-doo caca at the guy, but hey, what can you do? After what seemed like a lifetime of being suppressed by the wider society around you, imagine the whiplash you'd feel getting picked up by a group of people who should absolutely hate you, but look past all of it and see you for who you try to be. You get to sit beside all these unique, distinct, definitely on the spectrum goobers and watch as this little bubble becomes bigger, more vibrant, and filled with people he loves. But change is rarely ever instant. There's this chick, Amo, a BPD baddie that the crew meet during a mission to find a woman with some crucial intel. Immediately after being invited into her home, you feel something deeply unsettling with this girl.
What kind of boys and girls are you into?
Huh?
Personally, Amo loves a man with strong boy smell.
Type shit? But sorry, we're kinda here for some important information.
Some... information?
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Amo thought you wanted to talk to her, but you make it sound like you're just trying to use Amo. Tell Amo Man Must smells amazing even if you don't mean it. Make her feel wanted.
Sorry, I phrased that wrong. Man Must smells amazing?
Don't lie to me, bitch!
Let me get a whiff of you, big boy.
Yes, queen, huh? Her ability weaponizes her gamer girl feet fumes, letting her control anyone who huffs it by showing them their happiest memories, causing the victims to fight for her, and uses it to pit the cleaners against each other. They clear the situation, but imagine what it's like seeing a time long past, only to snap out of it to see the person responsible jeering at what you saw. I wish nothing more than for someone, anyone, to knock some sense into this bitch. Until you see the next hit, then hear another, then feel another, until Rudo is eventually pulled off her.
Rudo! Rudo! That's enough! Settle down! You've gone too far! What's gotten into you? You need to stop! Come on, leave her alone. We know how to deal with her powers now. You don't need to beat her like that, do you? Besides, she's a girl.
So what? Just because she's a girl, I'm not allowed to fight back? Just because she's a girl, I'm supposed to shut up and let her kill everyone I care about? I can't do that.
You know that's not what I mean. I'm saying it's not right to do this to a helpless girl.
She's not helpless. She's a giver. She made us do all this. She confused us. She knocked us down. And she laughed at us. Not just at what's on the outside. She laughed at what's inside of us. Somebody has to hit her. She deserves it. Which is a pretty valid argument. So Engine turns to him and says,
I see. So that's how you see it.
Okay, then. What do you want to do about her information?
Oh. Shit. He forgot. I forgot. It was such a powerful feeling being in tune with the good and bad rationale of a character's actions. Don't get me wrong, at first I cheered watching this harlot get the shit beaten out of her. But as an extra fuck you, the next chapter you learn about her past and... Oh, my baby. I understand why he did it, and I would even argue that it was well deserved, but at the end of the day, he gave into his old violent tendencies without thinking about the bigger picture. We didn't even know anything about her, and I love that. He isn't able to just shed all of his bad habits at once, like someone who's trying to change. We see him realize this and beat himself up for it, but he never even considered reflecting before, let alone on his own. Like Engine said,
I love bad bitches.
Type shit, but what are you?
But one of my flaws is that I can't hide that part of myself. Even grown-ups have many areas that they could stand to grow up. And I think that the first step to growing up is recognizing your faults. A long time ago, I needed someone to help me recognize my flaws. You managed to figure yours out on your own. So, what I'm saying is, oh man, all of us have room for growth. Always. Let's go apologize to her later. Together.
Rudo can acknowledge his changes, she can receive forgiveness, and they both can connect with each other. Look at Rudo after accidentally being given his first Fent. Oh no, it was just a Snickers. I really love the way Urana puts emotions on display. For as loud and punk ass as it is, it's scarily good at slowing down and taking the time to show you the softer, emotional sides of its story. Most of the time. This guy's a freak and I don't even want to know what this guy's thinking. These moments are a dime a dozen and aren't exclusive to Rudo. When all this beautifully extreme noise is being thrown at you constantly and you finally get a chance to breathe, it makes those quiet moments of regret, discovery, and growth hit that much harder. Urana is basically the Tom Holland of manga. She was a huge fan of Soul Eater as a kid, got super good at drawing, got to work as an assistant to Okubo, you know, the guy who made Soul Eater, got chosen as his successor, got her own manga serialized, and has an anime coming out from her and my favorite studio, Bones. Yeah, that Studio Bones. All she has left now is to marry me, and I'm basically Zendaya. Watch any interview or check out her Twitter. She's adorable, retweeting stuff from her community and knows ball. You'd think I'd be cheering in my ball sweat soaked DX racer, excited to see how things go, but that naive optimism left my body after I got rug burned from jerking off dry-handed. Twice. There's a certain reveal that I feel came way too soon, and there are a bunch of pieces that are slowly stacking up on each other that need time to fill out, but that's about as trivial as wiping. When this panel gets animated, just remember, this was made by a woman, and women don't masturbate. Gachiakura is interesting because when you look at it with a wider lens, it almost seems like it doesn't do anything much different from the average shonen. Does it get generic? Yes. Does it do anything groundbreaking? Kind of. But to me, I think what separates it from a lot of similar series is how much ambition it has on its bones with what's at the heart of it all. People. People leaving their past behind, people figuring out who they are, people just getting by, people that are grieving, people that have lost, people that have loved, people that are changing, people trying to find worth in the world, in others, themselves, people that are learning to smile. This all started because one person broke something that was special to them, and I think that's pretty cool. And if that resonates with you in any sort of way, then maybe you're just like me. And you have trash taste. And you have trash taste. And you have trash...